And inside the locker room, everyone trying to lock in, get mentally ready for another hard-fought NBA battle. Happy holidays, everyone, from all of us at 2K Sports. Thanks for joining us at this most special time of the year. Hello, basketball fans. Brian Anderson here, courtside with Doris Burke and Grant Hill. Our reporter is Allie LaForce. Let's see some of the numbers here for Kyrie Irving.
And he's had a rough past 5 games. He's had trouble finding his offensive rhythm and just hasn't been as effective as he'd like to be on that end. But this is something all players go through, and I'm sure he'll fight his way back.
So the Houston starting 5. Nickeil Alexander-Walker out there with DeJounte Murray. Then it's Williams. Then there's Ayo Dosunmu. And it's Olajuwon in at the 5 spot. And for Dallas, we've got Murray. Malik Monk is out there with Kyrie Irving. Then it's Daniel Gafford. And it's Flagg in at the 3, the small forward. You look at this on paper, and it feels like one-way traffic, Doris. Could this be a trap game?
It sort of has that feeling, B.A. A big underdog going against the big-time favorite. But here's why we play the game. Any given night in this league, anything can happen.
Now here's Murray. Here's Alexander Walker. The rebound by Murray. Monk looking around. Pass to Irving. Fires it. Tipped. And that's out of bounds. Dallas will retain possession. Here's Murray. Kick by Murray. And here's Flagg outside. It's rebounded by Olajuwon. And so Murray will bring it up for Houston. Inside. Here's Olajuwon. Misses the baby hook. And Dallas with possession. And there's Murray. That one's good. And the assist from Irving.
It's just a solid play by Murray. He knows where to get his shots.
Irving against Murray. Pass to Olajuwon. Gafford with the block. Irving against Murray. Irving, the pass to Gafford.
Boy, when you think about what Daniel Gafford...
And here comes the coach's challenge. He disagrees with the foul. He does not hesitate to ask for a second look. It's a pretty heated game. Every call matters.
People were worried that this would slow the action down. But with so many close calls...
The previous play is under review.
Challenge policy in 2019.
You know, one thing this does for a coach is let his players know he's got their back. If they're out...
After review, the ruling on the floor stands.
And they've made their decision. The call will stand.
And as much as it hurts to lose a challenge, I think Coach would challenge that call again if he could. He really disagreed with the foul, and he's still peeved.
And while we have a moment, let's recognize a player who has been working hard lately. Your Western Conference Player of the Week.
And you could not find a more deserving guy for this award. His ability to be whatever his team needs on both ends of the floor is an essential part of their success out there.
That free throw good from Gafford. And by drafting Cooper Flagg, the Mavericks regaining some of the long-term upside they lost with the Luka trade, Doris.
And by every metric and evaluation, Cooper is ready to play and contribute right now. And obviously the hope down the line, he can take over the mantle of franchise player. Boy, you're trying to put Luka in the rear view now. What you love about Daniel Gafford, he knows who he is. He's going to be a force in the painted area on both ends. He's going to take high percentage shots, and he doesn't mind the dirty work.
Pass to Dosunmu. Fires for 3. And it's Flagg with a rebound.
Boy, misfiring on your first 4 shots, you've got to settle in here.
Here's Irving. To the inside. And he goes in for the dunk.
You know, Flagg wasn't going to let that dunk chance pass him by.
For Houston, they've gone 0 for 4, missing their first 4 attempts. And here's Dosunmu. Outside, Alexander Walker. It's stolen by Irving. It's 2-on-1. Pass to Monk. Some nice ball movement by Dallas. Fires the three. Irving, no good. On the wing, Murray. He's guarded by Irving. And it's Murray finishing it off.
And there goes Murray, a serious leaper.
Dallas leading by 4. And from the sideline, let's catch up with Allie.
Earlier, I spoke with Jason Kidd. He talked about how to play defense against DeJounte Murray. Coach said, well, DeJounte has made it no secret he plays better with the ball in his hands. So obviously, we want to force him to give it up and act as more of a shooter whenever we can. That's easier said than done, but even if it happens a few times, that can change the game. Back over to you.
Thanks for that, Allie. And so it's Dallas with it after the basket by Houston. Murray finds Williams. Now here's Alexander Walker. Pass to Olajuwon. Outside Murray. Puts up a three. And can't get it to go. Now 1 of 2.
I'll tell you, that's one he typically will make. The defense gets away with one.
And the shot goes in.
That is pure from Kyrie. Fantastic working off the catch.
Murray passes to Olajuwon. DeSumo outside. Pass to Alexander Walker. Down low. Takes one from 10 feet. Ooh, lands soft on the front of the rim and drops in. Olajuwon's gotten his second bucket on the night. Dallas has gone 0 for 3 from downtown. Outside Monk. Murray scanning the floor. Murray against Irving. Over Murray. Another miss by Irving.
So far this quarter, he's been out of sync and might be pressing right now.
Williams passes to Olajuwon. No good off the glass.
Well, this guy typically a nice touch from mid-range, but obviously can't make them all.
Pass to Irving. Outside Monk. The three. Here's Gafford. Boom! He jams it straight down.
That was an absolutely vicious throwdown by Daniel Gafford. Go get him.
And it's Murray with the ball for Houston. Trailing by 4. And he drives in. Great D that time from Murray.
Gritty defense, protecting the rim at all costs against the guy who has all sorts of ways to finish.
Pass to Gafford. Outside Irving. Fires, high post. 2 points. That one goes.
You are not going to find too many better in the mid-range than Kyrie Irving.
Murray passes to DeSumo. To the wing on the left. Here's Olajuwon. Boy, you look at his scoring average of 34.5 points a game. Very impressive. The shot by Alexander Walker, no good.
And he probably thought he was going to bury that one.
Pass to Murray. And they double up Murray. Outside Irving. Back to Murray. Here's Flag. He's covered by DeSumo. Here's Gafford. Buries it down low. Gafford's got 6.
And they're building on their lead, doing whatever they can to blow this game open.
One of the things they're doing is identifying favorable matchups and then going at them.
Now here's DeSumo. Still no points. Poke loose. Pass to Williams. Shot clock at 6. Houston needs to get off a shot. And stolen by Irving. Oh, and a fast break for Dallas. And the foul called on Nickeil Alexander Walker. That's his first foul. Irving, the pass to Gafford. Oh, return to sender.
And they've come out with a fearless approach on the boards.
And he was fouled while in the act of shooting, so he'll take 2 free throws.
Yeah, just a great effort from Murray there, working hard to get to the line.
And with all the analysis we do going into a season, some things you just can't predict, Doris.
The unexpected always arises in this particular league. Whether it's a new face, whether there's a key injury, the narrative is always changing from week to week.
Murray, no good. Houston trails by 6. And it's Murray off the drive. And Kyrie Irving clears the rebound. Here's Flagg. Nails the baby hook. Flagg's got his second basket of the game.
That's 3 buckets in a row off assist.
Van Vliet against Irving. 13 feet out. And the jumper is good.
Well, there's a level of activity Fred Van Vliet brings to the floor every night. Now he gets into the mid-range jump shot. No problem.
Now here's Monk. Hasn't gotten one to fall yet. Gafford with a screen on Van Vliet. Here's Irving on the money from 12 feet away. And the Mavericks lead by 8.
They're not messing around. 5 of their last 6 buckets have come from the interior.
Timeout called. Houston. And Houston making a change here. And during the last month's worth of play, here are the top rebounding squads in the league. In third, Houston.
And last month, this team was active on the glass. Really put forth an effort to box out and track down misses.
Van Vliet scanning the floor. Pass to Hawkins. Lets it fly. Houston with another miss.
I love how they've attacked the boards here in the first quarter.
Here's Gafford. A chance to push it to double digits, but it's off the mark. Houston trails by 8. Van Vliet, the pass to Olajuwon. Good work there as it goes. Olajuwon's got 6 points.
Boy, something so good about a perfectly placed lead pass. That is nice.
Houston has gone 0 for 3 from downtown. Hawkins can't get it to go. And for Dallas, they're shooting 44% to start this ball game. To the paint. Oh, he took the contact and tried to throw it down over the top. Instead, he'll shoot free throws.
Well, that was clearly a foul.
And a moment here to take a look at the scoring breakdown for Dallas.
They've done a great job establishing an inside presence. Now, that'll open up more options offensively throughout the remainder of the game.
Yeah, what an excellent display of passing in the early stages of this game. A good deal of their points coming directly off quality passes.
And the rebound goes to Dallas.
He's got a great defensive mind. He gets good position and affects the release.
And he did it without fouling, and that's become an art, changing shots without making contact.
Outside Olynyk. Here's Olajuwon. He's got 6. Over Gafford. And it comes off the front of the rim. The Mavericks lead by 8. Pass to Exum. Basket is good. Nice setup from Irving. Irving's got 3 assists tonight.
They've been very effective so far. A balanced attack at its best.
On the offensive end, it feels like they're getting the shots they want, and defensively, they are...
Oh, hey! How about that?
Oh, I love this guy. Even when they're trailing, he works hard to put on a show.
Hey, that might be just what they need right now. And here's Gafford. 8 points in his last time out. And it's Monk missing. Minute 32 left in the first quarter of the game. Van Vliet, the pass to Marshall. Here's Olajuwon. Give him 8. Got it. Olajuwon's got 10 points.
They have no answer defensively inside.
The Mavericks leading. Oh, got a piece of it. Van Vliet with it. Gafford picks him up. Van Vliet, the pass to Olajuwon. Pass to Marshall. The three. Drops in the three.
Don't want to let him get into a rhythm from out there.
And Irving has got the ball here for the Mavericks. It was a victory here for the home team last time these guys met.
They had a lot of breaks go their way in that game, and hey, they cashed in when they could.
Well, you have to capitalize when your opponent has miscues and give this team some credit. Every time that opponent turned it over, they capitalized.
Now Van Vliet. As far as his production, he's averaging about 8 points per game. Clock at 6. Here's Olajuwon. He's guarded by Gafford. Shot's good by Olajuwon.
They've closed the gap over the last few possessions, but can they push through and grab the lead?
Yeah, it feels like they've ramped up their intensity. They have forced good things to happen. Now they're back in it.
Here's Irving. And that's not going to go. Misses at the buzzer. Well, a good close contest so far as we finish the first quarter. Dallas on top. They're up by 1. And quarter number 2 will get underway just after this short break. And if you're just joining us, it's been a pretty even game through the first quarter. And some stats here, guys. The scoring breakdown for Houston.
Well, right away, we've seen them finding points with solid post play. I mean, they're playing aggressively and fighting for it down there.
We've also seen them show a willingness to take advantage of the mid-range opportunities. The defense conceding these looks, and they're cashing in.
So the Houston 5 right now. Kelly Olynyk is out there with Mitchell Robinson. Then it's Fred VanVleet. Then there's Najee Marshall. And it's Hawkins in at the 2. From downtown, and Houston another 3.
Slow reaction from the D, and it cost them 3.
And for the Mavericks, they're shooting the ball at around 42% for the game. Powell outside. Williams from long range hits the three-pointer. Williams has gotten himself on the board with a 3 there.
This is just fun. These teams are trading threes back and forth.
Well, that three-point shot just gives you so much room to operate on the offensive end.
A moment to hear from Allie LaForce.
Thanks a lot, guys. The Dallas Mavericks are all in on defense. Coach Jason Kidd said, quote, "That's something you can hang your hat on, especially when your offense isn't going. Defense will give you a chance to win those ugly games. That gives you the opportunity to play for that bigger trophy." Back over to you guys.
Gotta have it. All right, Allie, thanks for the report. Well, the painted area is really where Mitchell Robinson thrives, Doris.
BA, he might be the best offensive rebounder in the game, and his ability to do that helps teams win on the margins. He's also a menace on the defensive end, a massive presence at the rim.
Williams against Van Vliet. Exum outside. For 3, Hardy. It's hauled in by Houston.
Yeah, they let that one slip through their fingers, and they just couldn't pull it together to fight off a big fourth-quarter comeback.
Pass to Hawkins. Back to Van Vliet. Over Williams. And they recover it. Marshall on the wing. Second chance shot. Shoots over Hardy. Marshall can't hit.
You'd rather see him dunk that. Impose your will if you can.
Pass to Hardy. Now here's Williams. Guarded by Van Vliet. And he lays it in off the breakaway. And now it's a 4-point Houston lead.
Well, just high-quality transition opportunity right there from Fred VanVleet. This guy is so reliable to make the plays necessary in transition.
So Jason Kidd's decided to call timeout here. He's going to talk it over with his guys. So for Dallas, Murray's checked in for Powell. Flag comes in for Hardy. And Kyrie Irving is subbed in for Williams. And then for Houston, Williams is checked in for Olynyk. The Sumu comes in for Marshall. And it's Alexander Walker in for Hawkins. Here's Queen. Will it go? The shot misses. Houston leading by 4. Van Vliet, the pass to Robinson. Van Vliet outside. to Williams. And a great assist by Van Vliet as that one goes.
Boy, he doesn't need a ton of space. Mark Williams, if he's in the painted area, so efficient.
To the middle. Here's Queen. Lays it up and in off the pretty assist. Queen's got his second basket of the night. And so it's Van Vliet with it. He brings it up for Houston. They lead by 4. Pass to Williams. Doesn't go for him. Good D by Murray. Here's Exum. Throws it down, and the official calls a foul. It may be a three-point play. It goes on Fred Van Vliet, and the Mavericks making a change here. Gafford's checked in. First trip to the free throw line for him tonight. And a lot of spot-up shooters now adding a one-dribble pull-up 3 to the repertoire.
Yeah, when you have defenders selling out to contest that catch and shoot, you got to reload, relocate, and let it fly. It's a valuable counter for those long-distance specialists.
Here's Van Vliet. And he got the whistle on the way up. So he'll be headed to the line for a pair. It goes on Kyrie Irving.
Well, strength and savvy make Fred Van Vliet a tough guy to deal with inside. Gets the contact.
Second free throw, no good. And it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Williams. And looking at the small forward position, here are the most dangerous outside shooters who continue to do damage and give defenses fits. You look at Dosunmu. Never leave him open. Second in the association from deep.
And if you're trying to defend anyone on that list, you have a dilemma. Do you crowd the guy on the perimeter and potentially give up the blow-by, or do you give up the 3?
Yeah, that's a great way to put it. That's what they do with their three-point shooting. They can demoralize a defense. I mean, there are some sleepless nights after having to face any one of those guys.
Houston leading by 3. And so it looks like it'll be Houston's ball. A moment now to see how the schedule is looking for Houston. On Friday, they'll be playing against Joel Embiid and the Philadelphia 76ers. Then on Sunday, they'll take on Zion Williamson.
And for that matchup with Las Vegas, they can't come out too pumped up just because they're facing the top team in the West. If they can minimize mistakes and not give away points, they could come out with a big victory.
Houston with another miss. The Mavericks have gotten 4 of 8 shots to drop in the second. Now here's Exum. Last game for him, he picked up 13. Kept alive. Pass to Flag. Williams against Murray. Irving for 3. Williams grabs the board. For Houston, they've gotten over 50% of their shots to go. 5 for 9 in the second. Robinson. Oh, he packs it down right on top of Keegan Murray.
The athleticism of Mitchell Robinson is something to behold.
Irving for 3. Gets the 3 ball to go. Irving's got 9 points.
Oh, phenomenal work right there. There's times, boy, he can be tough to check.
Here's Van Vliet. And it's Flag with a rebound. The Mavericks trailing. Takes a 3. It's hauled in by Robinson. Robinson's got 4 rebounds in the game. Timeout called. Houston. Well, Grant, in 2024, you added Cooper Flag to the USA Select team before he even played a game in college.
You know, B.A., he maybe looked really good, too. You know, he performed extremely well against the men's national team. And at just the age of 17, he already looked like one of the better players on the court that day.
Malik Monk's checked in for Exum. And then for Houston, Marshall. He's checked in for Dosunmu. Hawkins comes in for Alexander Walker. And Murray subbed in for Fred VanVleet. And Williams punches it home.
If Mark Williams is on the floor, he is going to finish with a dunk or 2, folks.
Outside Murray. Back to Irving. It's stolen away. On the break. Here's Williams. Yes, and it's Murray picking up the assist. And now it's a 6-point Houston lead.
And after a scoreless first quarter, he's finding his offense.
Back to Irving. Nice ball movement by Dallas. And here's flag outside. It's hauled in by Houston. Williams has got 4 rebounds now. Oh, and he got fouled on his way up. He'll head to the line to shoot 2.
Yeah, DeJounte Murray, not elite in any one aspect, but he gives you so much from either guard spot. Just a great skill set no matter where he plays.
And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time.
Yeah, they're really cashing in more at the line here in the second quarter.
Irving with it. He's got 9. That shot missing. Here's Hawkins. Monk covers. Outside, Williams. Pass to Murray. 6 on the shot clock. Here's Olajuwon, defended by Murray. Houston with another miss. Mavericks trail by 8. On the wing, Irving. Outside Murray. From deep. Bottom. Free ball from Keegan.
And when you're trailing in a game, it can be tempting to try to go for the big play.
For Houston, they've gotten 8 of 14 shots to drop so far in the second. Murray passes to Marshall. Here's Olajuwon. Over Murray. Shot's good by Olajuwon. Olajuwon's got 14 points for the game.
And his fantastic performance from the last game has carried over to tonight.
And I think that's the one thing every player is searching for. Consistency. They're giving this guy a chance to carry the offense once again.
And here's the fast break. Murray inside. He's guarded by Irving. Fast break. Here we go. Here's flag. Misses off the right iron. Houston leading by 7. Outside Murray. Pass to Williams. Here's Olajuwon. Pulls it. Monk grabs the miss.
And the defense gets bailed out by the miss. He usually converts that.
Unloads from 13. Left side Irving. And here's Murray. And here's flag outside. Count it. Make that 3 of 7 so far for him.
Yeah, and this young kid Flag has so much confidence in his scoring ability, and that makes him dangerous off the catch.
Pass to Olajuwon.
2 minutes remaining in the first half. 2 minutes.
Up and in on the layup. 16 points for him.
And I like how they focused on getting high percentage shots, especially after the 3 balls weren't falling early on.
Now, Daniel Gafford is a vertical threat at the cup. Look out below.
The drive by Murray. From 6 feet away. Shot's good by Olajuwon. Olajuwon's got 6 points in the quarter.
Where's the rim protection? That's just too easy for him.
To the paint. Ooh, anticipated the pass. It's a turnover. Here's Williams. And count the basket. He was fouled, and he's going to the line for one more. Shepard, he's checked in for Marshall, and he's got his first opportunity at the line here tonight.
This guy, one of the best lob threats in the league. Mark Williams, a very springy 7-footer.
Mavericks trail by 9. 1:14 left in the first half of basketball. Murray inside. Ooh, Williams with the block.
And their free throws have dropped off in this quarter. They're settling for too many jump shots right now.
Here's Hawkins. 6 points for him. Here's Olajuwon. He's guarded by Gafford. Houston with another miss. And for the Mavericks, they're shooting just 38% in this quarter. Outside Murray. 4-3. It's hauled in by Houston. Olajuwon's got rebound number 8 here already in the game. 6-second difference between the shot clock and game clock. Murray's shot is good. Murray's got 8.
And they found a nice flow offensively here in the second period.
Things just don't seem to be clicking for them offensively.
Yeah, they really need to find a way to get back on track.
Here's Irving. It's deflected. Here's Hawkins. And so it's Houston closing out the quarter ahead by 11 points. Well, it's clear the defensive focus was to shut down Kyrie Irving because so far it's working. And don't go far. We'll be right back.
Thanks for tuning in. Welcome. A clinic in execution so far, as it's been a dominant showing for Houston.
They're playing the way they're supposed to. Run the offense until you get a good look. Not complicated at all.
I disagree. Patience and perspective is complicated. That's why many teams can't do it.
And moving things along, let's take a... And that is going to do it for us. Let's get back to some second half action with Brian Anderson and company.
And with a big gap on the scoreboard, the second half begins with very different goals for these teams. One side trying to mount a comeback, one side trying to protect their lead. And Irving has got the ball here for the Mavericks. 11-point game. Daniel Gafford is out there with Murray. Then it's Malik Monk. Then it's Kyrie Irving. And it's flagged in at the small forward position. That's the lineup in the game for Dallas. And it's Irving missing.
Nice rebound. Trying to match the other team's intensity right now.
Williams with the screen. Murray with it. Checked by Murray. Williams. And Williams punches it home.
Well, a great screen, and then he gets off it, rolls to the rim. Nice job by Mark Williams.
Irving looking around. Murray for 3. Basket is good. Nice setup from Irving. Irving's got 7 assists in the game.
Boy, you give this guy a half-decent look from distance, and he's going to make you pay.
Pass to Olajuwon. Deflected.
Yeah, great work on defense right there. Shooters have to be careful when Murray is lurking nearby.
And it's Gafford missing. Houston leading by 10. Alexander Walker, the pass to Murray. And the layup is good. Murray. He's got 10 points.
They're finding ways to get the ball into the paint. 5 consecutive buckets.
Irving against Murray to the inside. Gafford. And the dunk by Gafford.
Boy, if Daniel Gafford is near the rim, what a vertical threat. What a target for his teammates.
And here's Murray. He's got 10. On the wing, Alexander Walker nails it from 3. And Houston leads by 13.
Boy, you have got to be pleased with the start of this third quarter. 3 for 4 out of the gates. Just keep your rhythm now.
Gafford with a screen on Murray. Inside. And a foul called on the way up. So he'll take 2 from the free throw line. Ayo picks one up.
Now you can see the kind of attention that Daniel Gafford attracts. He enjoys getting hit, folks.
And this will be his 3rd and 4th free throws of the game here. Both good from the line that time. Houston leading by 11. Now Murray. He's been an offensive weapon for them, scoring around 17.5 points a game. Here's Olajuwon. Over Murray. Boy, clanks that one off the back iron and it falls. Olajuwon's got 20 points.
They're on fire right now, shooting 80% to start the second half.
So Jason Kidd's decided to call timeout here. He's going to gather the troops and talk it over. When you talk about efficiency, these are the guys that come to mind. Here are the league's best shooters so far. Mark Williams is second.
He's been fantastic scoring the ball, shooting it at a high clip.
A little over 2.5 minutes off the clock in this final half of play. Outside Murray. Pass to Irving. 6 to shoot. Takes the 3. It's hauled in by Houston.
Boy, this guy has not had a great night, and it really has weighed the entire team down.
Now here's Alexander Walker. Now Murray. He's guarded by Irving. Here's Olajuwon. Over flag. And another basket for Houston.
And just not letting up at all. I mean, you have to love this approach. You want to get the ball to the guys who make plays.
One thing we've learned in the NBA, the game is never over. So you've got to continue to score, continue to build your lead.
You have to credit their effort. I mean, they've done an amazing job on the glass.
Murray with it. 10 points for him. Dosunmu outside. Pass to Olajuwon. Over Gafford. And it's good with time running down on the shot clock. Olajuwon's got 24. Boy, they'd love if anyone could get a bucket.
Yeah, their offense has been grinding to a halt.
Gafford passes to Monk. And out of bounds. Houston will have it. Now let's check out the Western Conference standings and see how they look here in December. Taking a look at Houston, they're currently in 4th place and trying their best to get a better seeding. And of course there's Dallas, now 7.5 games back.
I think for Houston, you have to acknowledge that they've really hung tough this season, avoiding a lot of the bumps in the road that other contenders have gone through.
A resiliency has been crucial for this team. Anytime it looks like they may start to drag a little bit, they've picked it back up and stayed in the hunt.
Dosunmu up top. He's scoreless. And that one drops for him. And Houston leads by 19.
Just continuing to pile it on, refusing to let up.
That is the competitiveness he brings to the table. Every night you're going to get great effort from him.
Gafford passes to Monk. Puts it in off the killer crossover.
It's very difficult to slow him down defensively, especially when you have communication problems.
Time now to hear from our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Hey guys, Kyrie Irving is becoming the sage veteran. He said, quote, "I used to think leadership is a lonely thing, and it's not. It's surrounding yourself with great-minded, great-hearted people, asking them to push you at times and picking them up when they're not able to be their best." Back to you guys.
Great perspective. Okay, Allie, thanks for the report. He takes it in. And a two-handed jam.
And throwing it down off the drive. Flag showing off those young legs and athleticism.
Grant, looking at Cooper Flag, his versatility is what makes him such a highly touted prospect.
Yeah, B.A. Cooper can do a little of everything offensively. He also covers a lot of ground defensively at 6'9". And on top of his balanced skill set, his intangibles are just elite.
And Houston making a change here. Hawkins is checked in. Gafford, no good on that free throw. Here's Hawkins. Monk covers. Outside Murray. Olynyk with a screen on Murray. Pass to Hawkins. There's the triple. The putback. Here's Olajuwon. And he jams it home with authority.
That's what we call a power finish. There's no such thing as gentle for the big man.
So Jason Kidd decided to call timeout here. He might have seen something and needs to review with his guys.
There's just a lot of wide open lanes to the rim here. That'll drive your coach nuts.
Well, poor rotations, poor communication. There's a lot to figure out right now.
Williams is checked in for Dallas. And then for Houston, Marshall comes in for DeSumo. And Van Vliet is subbed in for Murray. Here's Williams. Well-placed jumper from the free throw line. Williams has got 5 now.
Gotta fight harder to get over those screens.
You know, we see this all the time. You're basically, as a defender, hoping the man misses rather than putting in the work to get over screens.
Van Vliet, the pass to Olynyk. Good, and Van Vliet gets the assist. Van Vliet's got 6 assists in the game.
Boy, Kelly Olynyk on balance, soft touch with the deep shot. Love his concentration.
Pass to Gafford. It's Monk on the wing. He's been contributing over 15 a game, and it's rejected.
I'll tell you what, they've rebounded the ball tremendously well.
And Gafford with the block.
A big body and not afraid to get physical. Daniel Gafford send it back.
Houston leading by 16. Van Vliet outside. Here's Olajuwon. And he's got 28 now. Oh, and there's the whistle on the shot. So 2 free throws for him coming up. And now we'll get a perspective here on how the hustle game has been going for Houston.
I mean, those swats, they can get into your head, make you think twice about shooting it. So it's about more than just those block numbers.
The other thing that jumps out about their performance tonight, the amount of steals really pressuring those ball handlers.
And he ends up missing both free throws. Mavericks trail by 16. Down low. A great take by Murray.
They just look so overwhelmed inside. You know, that's why they continue to get attacked.
Williams against Van Vliet. Pass to Marshall. Here's Olajuwon. Gafford grabs the miss. Gafford's got rebound number 11. Here's Flagg. 9 points in the game. Back to Murray. Some nice ball movement by Dallas. Williams from long range is rebounded by Olajuwon. Olajuwon's got 13 rebounds in the game. Glass eating. And here's Van Vliet. 5 points in the game. Here's Olajuwon. And the layup is good off the glass. Olajuwon's got 12 points now in the quarter.
He's carried much of the scoring load tonight. And with the win in reach, don't expect him to let up.
Here's Hawkins. Monk covers. Van Vliet, the pass to Olajuwon. Pass to Hawkins. It's rebounded by Dallas. Gafford's got a rebound number 12 here already in the game. Now here's Murray over Van Vliet. And the whistle blows as the basket counts. Chance at a three-point opportunity here. 1 free throw coming up. So both teams changing it up here.
Yeah, skilled player already. Keegan Murray is committed to only getting better and becoming more dangerous out there.
Now Van Vliet. As far as his production, he's averaging about 8 points per game. Marshall outside. To the inside. Oh, deflected. Here's Olajuwon. He hits it just before the shot clock expires. Olajuwon's got 32 points. Pass to Queen. They kick it out to Murray. All sorts of time. And he's 6 for 12 after that one.
Can't blame the deficit on him. He's been scoring at will this period.
Williams against Van Vliet. To the left wing. Here's Olajuwon. He's got 32 points. Inside. This one for 3. It's rebounded by Olajuwon. And here's Van Vliet. He'll bring it up for Houston. Earlier in the game, they led by 19. And after this one, they're at home against Philadelphia. And that's the first of just 2 home games for them. Shots good by Olajuwon.
Well, solid execution. Fred Van Vliet is just so steady. This guy always makes the right basketball play.
Outside Monk. Just 5 to shoot. And a missed layup.
And his struggles have been apparent. Unable to make an impact scoring the ball.
Van Vliet outside. To the middle. Shots good by Olajuwon. Olajuwon's got 36 points.
They've been a little soft with their defense on the interior.
Outside, Williams. And the officials will call the illegal screen here.
You can get away with one once in a while, but it looked like he wasn't completely set on that pick.
I don't think there's any question. There are so many rules that favor the offense these days. You've got to be able to equal things out when an illegal screen is set.
Van Vliet outside. And so it's Houston leading by 17 at the end of the period. The hustle they've shown on defense has been tremendous. More 2K action in just a moment. And it's time now to bring you our State Farm assist to the game.
And just a selfless decision from your 2-guard, showing his ability to get his teammates good looks.
How about the secondary playmaking you are getting? Great to have that from the shooting guard spot.
And 1 quarter to go in a game that, to this point, has not been an evenly fought contest. So the Houston 5 right now. We've got Fred Van Vliet. DeSumo is out there with Kelly Olynyk. Then it's Shepard. And it's Robinson in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. Back to DeSumo from the arc. Mavericks with a rebound. Irving's got rebound number 5 here tonight. Here's Exum for 3. And that one's good. Irving for 3.
Boy, that's his second 3. First of this half, though.
DeSumo outside. Pass to Olynyk. Back to DeSumo. Houston working the ball around. Van Vliet against Irving. And here's Shepard for 3. It's rebounded by Dallas. Exum outside. And it's Powell off the drive. Queen misses.
Boy, they give him the mid-range jumper, and he has to make that.
Van Vliet against Irving. Pass to DeSumo. Over Williams. And the call is going to be, yes, an illegal screen.
The screener was leaning a bit right there. His feet may not have been planted. Pretty obvious call by the officials.
You know, he's just leaning a little bit. You try to get away with it, but boy, the official all over it.
And the Mavericks making a change here. Gill's checked in. And then for Houston, Alexander Walker, he's checked in for Shepard. And Murray subbed in for Fred Van Vliet. Out left to the wing. Outside Irving. It's hauled in by Robinson. Houston leading by 14. Last quarter of play, about 2 minutes in now. Irving against Murray. And it's Queen with a rebound. Queen's got 4 rebounds now. Pass to Williams. It's Exum on the wing. Here's Queen. Robinson defending. Back to Exum. Irving for 3. Great D that time from Murray. Houston has gone 0 for 2 from outside here in the fourth quarter. To stop the drought. And good. Got the friendly bounce off the right side of the rim. And Houston leads by 16. Murray brings the double. They've been having major problems offensively.
Definitely in a bit of a dry spell.
And there's the call. It's going to be an illegal screen. Gafford, he's checked in for Dallas. Hawkins is checked in for Houston. Houston leading by 16. Third minute of action now gone here in the fourth. Murray passes to Hawkins. Here's Robinson. And he's going to the line for 2. The official saw contact while he was going up. Daniel Gafford picks one up.
Mitchell Robinson on the floor for his defense unequivocally, but this young guy is really coming on the offensive end. Great job drawing the contact.
No good on the second free throw. The Mavericks have gone 1 of 4 since the fourth quarter began. Here's Queen. No good from outside.
And right now they're +8 in the rebounding category. That's helping them run away with this.
Here's Murray. And the rebound goes to Dallas. Queen's got rebound number 5 here tonight. Williams looking around. Pass to Queen. Over Murray. And good as it takes a nice bounce off the right iron and down. And so Murray will bring it up for Houston. They've only given up 5 points here in the fourth. And here's Olynyk. 4 on the clock. Murray's shot is good. Murray's got 4 points this quarter.
And not letting the contact affect him at all. Give Murray credit for keeping his focus.
Here's Irving. The shot no good. Olynyk with some nice D. Left side Murray. Outside Robinson. Back to Murray. DeSumo outside. Pass to Murray. Over Irving. Murray's shot is good. And Houston leads by 18.
Another bucket. This guy just keeping his foot on the gas pedal.
Outside, Williams. Here's Queen. It's Exum on the wing. He's covered by DeSumo. Williams from long range. It's hauled in by Robinson. Robinson's got rebound number 11. Now here's Murray. Pass to Hawkins. Three-pointer. Yes, and it's Murray picking up the assist.
3 points.
Murray's got his 6th assist of the night.
Well, after knocking down a couple in the first half, that's his first triple here in the second.
And we've got a timeout from Jason Kidd. No doubt he's going to utilize the opportunity to make sure they're all on the same page here. And the Mavericks with some changes. Keegan Murray's checked in for Queen. Flag comes in for Exum, and it's Monk in for Williams. And here's Flag outside. Good. That's his 5th bucket in 9 attempts.
Yeah, Flag has that 3-ball. His bag is pretty deep.
Pass to Olajuwon. DeSumo outside. Jacks up a 3. And Houston another 3.
That's how you up the ante. Come right back at him.
And you would expect nothing less from these two, taking pride and making plays.
Gafford passes to Irving with the drive. And Gafford gets it to go on the assist by Irving. Irving's got his 9th assist of the game now. Van Vliet with it. Outside, Williams. Murray from outside. It's rebounded by Dallas.
And he almost made them regret defending him so loosely.
And the basket by Monk.
Puts one in the eye of the defense. First triple of the evening.
Houston leading by 16. And here's Van Vliet. Pass to Williams. To the paint. Tipped. Here's Olajuwon. It's rebounded by Dallas. Murray's got his 5th rebound in this one. Monk passes to Irving. Outside Murray. The 3-ball. And good. Coming on the assist by Irving. Murray's got 13 in the second half. Van Vliet outside. Here's Olajuwon. Defended by Murray. Shot's good by Olajuwon. Olajuwon's got 38 points.
And trust me, when the D's slow to react, he'll be the first guy to make them pay.
And that's typical of this guy. He's always reading the situation, reacting quickly, and capitalizing.
Van Vliet outside. Inside. Here's Williams. It goes again. His 6th basket in 7 tries.
Creating easier opportunities for your guys to score. That is good offense.
Outside Monk. Outside Murray. Pass to Flag. Now here's Monk from outside the arc. Williams grabs the board. Williams has got his 7th rebound here tonight. Here's Olajuwon. Over Flag. And another basket for Houston.
Boy, this offense has revolved around him today, and rightly so. He has been fantastic.
Count that bucket.
Boy, despite his efficiency, they just can't get over the hump.
Houston leading by 15. Now Van Vliet. Dosunmu outside. To the inside. Here's Olajuwon. Great D that time from Murray. Dallas has gone 4 of 8 from three-point land during the 4th. Banks it home. Big shot.
You know, I thought in the first half this guy was pressing. He was rushing. Now he's settled into the game.
And here's Van Vliet. He'll bring it up for Houston. Their biggest lead of the game was 21. Now here's Murray. Shot clock at 6. Oh, can't hit the jumper. Mavericks trail by 13. Monk drives to the hoop. Oh, he leaves no question.
Well, this is why Kyrie Irving can make a defense look bad. He can beat you with his scoring or his passing.
And he slams it down.
Oh my. What a display of effort.
That's his bread and butter, right? Chasing down the boards.
What about the decisive finish? Great timing, tremendous force.
Van Vliet outside. Here's Olajuwon, defended by Murray. Oh, no good! Unable to win this run. Irving against Van Vliet. And it's out of bounds. They say it was last touched by Irving. Houston leading by 9. Murray looking around. Van Vliet outside. Here's Olajuwon, defended by Murray. Ooh, the shot misses. Dallas has gone 4 of 8 from three-point land during the 4th. It's money from deep.
Now, when the game is on the line, Kyrie is the guy you want taking the shot. He is a stone-cold finisher.
Outside Murray. Now pass to Williams. 54 seconds left in the 4th quarter. Shot clock at 5. Lets it go from 14. Yes, sir. It's good.
And they just continue to attack, even late in the game, while they're up big.
And as a result, they may be facing just a little bit less resistance right now. They are having their way.
And Dallas calls time here. There's 48 seconds left to play in the fourth quarter. Irving driving in. Williams rips down the board. And it's Houston's ball. They're leading by 8. Here's Olajuwon, defended by Murray. Off on the layup. And short of a miracle, they're walking out of here with a tough loss.
They fought all night, a terrific effort, but they just couldn't make enough big plays.
And so it's Houston winning this one. They have to feel good about this performance. It's one they can be proud of.
Very true. I mean, when you're out on the road, the wins can feel a little sweeter. This one has to feel extra special.
All right, now let's check in with Allie LaForce. Allie, what do you have?
Fred, no surprise, a great defensive showing tonight. What is it that makes this team so suffocating at that end of the floor?
Well, I think we're getting pretty good effort from each guy individually. I think we're finding our package defensively as a team, as a coaching staff, and just kind of gelling and putting together individual game plans from the coaches and trying to execute it.
No doubt. Thanks, Fred.
All right. Thanks, Allie. Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. For Doris Burke, Allie LaForce, and Grant Hill, and our entire crew, this is Brian Anderson thanking you for tuning in. As we leave, we present our player of the game.
Well, a dominant performance by Hakeem Olajuwon. Dallas Mavericks tried to make a run there late, but they held them off. Man. Let's see, look at the stats here. 6 blocks by Team Dream. Not a lot of three-point attempts, but they didn't really need to. I mean, 7 of 18, that's all you need. With Olajuwon and the other guys going inside. The points in the paint, 56-44. The second chance points went to Dallas, but however, Dallas didn't shoot a good percentage, so it's a misleading stat. They just got ate up, man. Just too many threes. But that interior defense, though, we saw it was very difficult for Kyrie Irving to get to the basket. That's why I say, they say Kyrie Irving's a great finisher, but he's never had to finish against a front line of that magnitude. I mean, there aren't many this front line that Team Dream features. I mean, you're talking about Olajuwon as your center. Then you got Mark Williams, your power forward. Then you can back him up with Mitchell Robinson. That is a pretty stout front line. This is kind of like an old night. It's like this team is basically built like the '94 Rockets. You got obviously you got Olajuwon, you got Otis Thorpe, Mark Williams. Essentially, that's who he is. Deontay Murray, like a better version of Kenny Smith. Hawkins, Van Vliet. That's like Mad Max, Sam Cassell. You got all these guards around here. All shoot the three and play good defense. The Sumo, Mario Elie. It's Pete Chilcutt, Kelly Olynyk, basically. That's Pete Chilcutt for all intents and purposes, or Matt Bullard, if you so choose. It's basically a '94 Houston Rockets reinvented for the modern era. Essentially, that's what his team is built around Olajuwon here. If you take a look at his stats here, it's 42 points, 14 boards, 2 assists, 4 steals. Remember, Olajuwon has a lot of steals for his career as well. He's also the all-time leader in blocks. Of course, me personally, I think Will Chamberlain or Bill Russell probably really has that record. Unfortunately, they didn't keep that stat back when Russell and Chamberlain were playing. Given the way that they played back in the 60s and 50s, I would like to think that Russell and Chamberlain, maybe even Nate Thurman is up there. Nate Thurman will be up there too as well, because you had more condensed basketball then, so there are more opportunity for shot blocks in their day than there is now. So I'm willing to believe that Wilt or Russell or Nate Thurman or even Walt Bellamy probably has that record for real. Because it's very possible they probably did average like about 6-8 blocks a game back then. If you go back and watch the game footage, because you don't have a lot of jump shots. Everything is going towards the basket, so you got more opportunities for shot blocks back then. But I digress on that. Olajuwon with a dominant performance. Murray comes in 16-6 off the 16-6, 50% from the field. Not that many turnovers. Mark Williams played a really good game. 13 points, 9 rebounds. He had no offensive rebounds, but there wasn't much to go around because they shot such a good percentage. A lot of easy looks inside for Team Dream. Let's take a look here at some of Olajuwon's highlights here. Double team is one of the few kickouts he had. They really didn't double team very much. Olajuwon pretty much got single coverage all game long for the most part, except when he got matched up with Keegan Murray. And even with that Keegan Murray matchup, they still let him go one-on-one. So we didn't really see a lot of double teams. That's one of the few double teams right there. They came late on a late dig. It's another one-on-one move. Here he is going one-on-one again. That's just a catch and go. He didn't even do anything right there. That's a just shot over Cooper flag. Too little, can't bother his shot. That's the story out here. Team Dream trying to get that number 3 spot in the Western Conference race here. So we'll take a quick look at the standings before we end the stream. They have now taken over. No, they haven't taken over. Actually, it is you can see it right there. It is a 3. Honestly, it's really a 5. Let me see. Dream, the Jays, the Mambas, the Clippers, the Warriors, and the Timberwolves are pretty much all battling for that number 3 spot. And as you can see, the disconnect between them and Team Diesel and Showtime up front, Team Diesel is behind Showtime by 1 game, so they're right there. But they're 4 games behind. It's going to be almost impossible to make that difference up going forward now because, as I said before, I'll say it again, the December month in the NBA is the part of the year where the top teams separate themselves from the other teams, and you start getting to your individual playoff seed races. You know, you have your race for your number 1 seed, your race for your number 2, your 3 and your 4. Then you have the race for the bottom seeds. And right now it's pretty much taking shape, as you can see there. So Team Dream right there is going to be a vicious battle for that number 3 spot the rest of the way, I think, between the Dream, the Jays, and the Mambas, the Clippers, and the Warriors and Timberwolves. It's going to be freaking vicious the rest of the way. So let's go ahead and take a look and see who's up next on the Daily View. I believe it might be, let's see, we've done Jay. Michael. Michael's up next. Michael is up next. Let's get that one spotlighted for you guys. Bringing out those sweet, sweet Space Jam jerseys that I love so much. I spent a lot of time making that. I know that it looks pretty simple, but it's hard to find a design to make it just right. Going up against Kevin Durant and the boys. I also have different versions of them. I made the Space Jam powder, the blue faded one, and I also have the red. So, my personal favorite is that white, the original. With the actual shoes that he wore in the movie down there, you can see. Those are the shoes he wore in the movie. And let's take a look here at the roster now. This is a pretty interesting roster the Houston Rockets feature in the modern era. Should be pretty interesting to see if they can go up against these guys. Andre Drummond now starting for Team Jordan. However, you might see a change to Giannis Valanciunas off the bench, as Team Jordan has the option of going small ball or going big with Drummond and Valanciunas. Remember that Zach LaVine is the second best player on the team per the rules of how this system works. He comes off the bench for Team Jordan. He's the only player in this series where the second best player on the team comes off the bench. Because Team Jordan's team is built around defense. You really don't. As I've said before with these teams, you build these teams around the individual player that you're going there with, and you want to surround them with players that complement their talents. With Michael Jordan, you don't build an offensive team around Michael Jordan. You don't need offense. You need defense and rebounding. He's going to take care of the offense. Michael Jordan makes the game so much easier for everybody else. He's going to score anywhere between 30 to 40 points a night anyway, and then draw double teams to get guys easy shots. You don't need offense. What you need is rebounding and defense. Guys that can get out there and defend and hit open shots and finish off his leftovers. That's what the Chicago Bulls basically were. I mean, let's call it what it is what they were. They were a great rebounding defensive team. They were not a great offensive team per se, man for man, but that's what you would do with MJ here in this series, and we've seen that. So, with that being said, guys, let's go ahead and take a quick look here at Team Jordan's situation. We'll click on them and show how their season is going. And they're right now locked into a vicious battle with Team Larry Bird. Again, the hottest team in the NBA. They've won 17 straight games. Team Larry Bird, speaking of. Team Jordan right now at 23-5 with 1.5 games behind the Bad Boys and the Globetrotters for that number 1 spot, which the Bad Boys and Globetrotters are presently almost tied for. Now, the Bad Boys have the misfortune of losing to Jordan twice, so if they were to tie, Team Jordan would have the tiebreaker over them. Same situation with Team Larry Bird. If Team Larry Bird finished with the best record with Team Jordan tied, Team Larry Bird gets the nod because they've already beaten Team Jordan twice in the season, and they won't play again, so they have the tiebreaker with them. Meanwhile, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar's team is under there at 24-7, sitting with 2 games behind. Not out of it, but again, if you look at these records of these teams and you'll see how they put together win streaks, it's going to be hard to catch them. The Eastern Conference is as competitive as the Western Conference is. The Eastern Conference is that much worse, as you can see here, because you've already got teams who have just obliterated the Cavaliers and the Knicks, and the Celtics have no chance. Look at the Cavs. The Cavs are 8.5 games behind. They got no shot. The Knicks have no shot. The Celtics have no shot of catching them. You're done. You're not even part of the conversation at this point. It's all about the Trotters and Kareem. From that point on, everybody else is just playing to see who's going to get their butts kicked in the first round. That's basically what that is. So, Team Jordan sitting there with this game coming up. Every game is going to be big in the Eastern Conference because one game can knock you down. And it's important because you don't want to be where Team Kareem is at. The reason being is that's the 5th spot. The 5th spot is it's glorified, it's a danger position because you're going to be playing one of the top 4 teams and you won't have home court advantage. Even if you win that round, you'll still be playing another top-ranked team in the next round with no home court advantage. The 5th spot basically is a weak list. It's a dead spot. You'd much rather be the 6th seed or the 7th seed, in my opinion. So at least then, you're coming in as an underdog. Nobody might think much about it. If you're a 5th seed, you're pretty much playing your mirror at that point. Another top grizzled team who can take you the distance. And if you end up beating them, guess what? You're playing the number 2 team. Because in most cases, the 2 and the 7, the 2 is going to win that, and you're playing that one in the next round. Or excuse me, the number 1 seed, excuse me. So, going to be tough. Long ways to go. Nothing's etched in stone yet, but that's the way it looks right now in the Eastern Conference. So with that being said, guys, let's go ahead and get this thing here spotlighted one last time. Before I end the stream, it will be the Rockets going on the road to the Jordan Dome to take on Team Jordan to see if Kevin Durant, Amen Thompson, Aaron Holiday going against his brother Jrue Holiday, Torrey Eason, and Jaden McDaniels and Alfred Şengün against Andre Drummond. And we'll see how that one plays out, guys. If you like the content, give it a like, subscribe to the channel if you're new. Make sure you check out all the descriptions and all the things on my playlists if you're not knowing what's going on here, so you can have an understanding. I leave all descriptions on all my playlists on how things work and storylines. So nothing needs to be explained. And with that, I say good night. Have a good one. Take care.